Okay, so this is my interview for my language and society class about bilinguals and bilingual speakers
Okay,
and texting.
sure.
What's your name?
My name is Taylor Ali Turpin.
Okay. Hey.
Hi.
What's your first language? Taylor
And
Ali Turpin.
my first language is English
How often do you use English?
all the time.
Alright, so obviously you speak a second language. What
Yes,
second language would that be?
speak Arabic
And how do you know Arabic?
because I'm Muslim and I have to say a lot of things in Arabic. Like there's a lot of phrases and that I have to know in Arabic. And when you pray in Arabic. So I figured if I have to know certain phrases and know prayers in Arabic, why not learn the entire language?
Oh, okay. Do you ever switch between the two?
Not often, but I do sometimes.
Alright. When you text, do you primarily text in English or Arabic?
I text in English all the time.
Is it possible to text in Arabic at all?
I don't think it is because Arabic isn't.
Oh, sorry.
Arabic is. They're not letters. You know what I'm saying? Like, know how Spanish people they can text in Spanish because all Spanish is are English letters just in different positions and with different sounds and things like that. Arabic isn't letters. It's kind of like I don't want to compare it to this, but it's like Japanese. How Japanese letters and phrases are just like little signs. That's how Arabic is. So, I mean, as far as this phone go, I can't text in Arabic because it's only letters. Can't text in Arabic.
Isn't there a way you can switch?
Or switch between Arabic and English.
No, I mean when you text, like if you have it set to
Um,
another language.
yeah, but they only work with languages that use letters. Like I can switch to Spanish. I can switch to French, things that use actual letters. But I couldn't switch to.
Okay. Um, where do you live?
I live in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia.
Okay. So in North Philly, would you say that it's very common for people to only speak English with you, or do you run into people who just so happen to speak Arabic?
Um, it's very common to speak Spanish. I mean English. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about Spanish. I apologize. It's very to very common to run across people who speak English. I know about probably like maybe two, three people who speak Arabic other than myself. So I run into a lot of English speakers.
So you would say that based on your living situations, you would say that you're more influenced to speak English.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So how often do you speak Arabic? Just at
Seldomly. Like whenever I'm praying, I speak in Arabic. Whenever I say certain Muslim phrases, it will be in Arabic. But as far as speaking Arabic go, like having a conversation in strictly Arabic, very seldom. I do it with my brother because he speaks fluent Arabic. He's from Saudi Arabia, so he speaks it wonderfully. So I do it with him from time to time.
your brother's from Saudi.
Yes, he's actually from Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Okay.
Why is this funny?
I'm not laughing.
You are laughing.
Okay, so basically it's not possible to text somebody in Arabic because of the way the alphabet is set up.
Hmm.
Therefore you text in English.
All the time.
Okay. So when you text somebody using English, do you only address them by Miss, Mrs., or do you give people titles when you text in English? Like, do you use proper phrases?
Yeah. Yes, I do. As Like, do you mean like I'll text somebody like Miss
Mm-hmm.
whatever her last name? Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so if you could text in Arabic, would you be able to do that? Like, are there certain titles that you would have to say, address somebody?
There are titles that you could use, I guess. I don't really consider Mrs. and Mister a title, but yes, there are.
So there are titles that you have to use out of respect.
Hmm. But that's just out of respect. I mean, it's not like I necessarily have to call her Miss whatever, but it would be respectful.
Okay. Um,
You just find everything funny.
Nope, never. I'm not laughing. Alright, so you know how people can alternate between, let's say, English and Spanish,
Hmm.
and sort of have a dialect called Spanglish?
Right.
Could you do that with Arabic and English? Or do you ever do that?
I mean, I'm positive you could, but I don't think it's done very often. I mean, there'll be times where my brother he'll say something to me in Arabic and I'll respond in English, and like he'll say something to me in English, I'll respond in Arabic, sure. But I mean, it's I don't think you can break it down the way Spanglish is, because it's so like Spanglish is like so can't think of a good word for it, but it's like the whole entire conversation. Like you could say a sentence and it just be mixed with English and Spanish. You know what I'm saying? It's not often that I never spoken Arabic like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be speaking two words. You'll say two words in Spanish, then a word in English, then two words in Spanish, then two words in English, another word in English, then another word in Spanish, and the whole sentence. They do that, but I've never done that in Arabic.
Okay. Alright, so do you text differently when you use English
No.
in comparison to when you speak English? Like,
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I mean, but that's mostly text lingo because, like, if I'm laughing, I'll put LOL or just haha or what is that? LMAO. But I would never say that out loud. Like, if you say something that's funny, I'm gonna laugh. I'm not gonna say LOL. And like text lingo or shortened words. Like some people, like they'll say through. Like they'll be texting you the word through and they'll put THRU, or people say though and it be THO, like stuff like that.
right. So, alright, when you text people, is it ever regular sentence structure with proper
Oh,
punctuation
I like
and
it. I like the text with proper punctuation. A lot of people don't, but I like to. But it's not uncommon to get a 2-page text that has no periods in it whatsoever, no capital letters. It's just like a long run-on sentence. But me personally, I like the text with proper punctuation.
and when you use the alleged proper punctuation, this consists of commas,
Yes,
periods,
commas,
all those things that you
periods.
learn in school.
Yes, for the most part. But what do you mean alleged
It's just a question. Moving
punctuation?
on. Okay, so, alright, when you text, do you use regular sentence structure? And when I say regular sentence structure, do you use verbs and um, verb and subject agreement, like I am, not like I be, she be, that ain't. There's nothing funny. It's just a question.
People talk like that. I be.
Um,
Yeah. I try to text properly. I do try to say I am. And don't and try to refrain from using I be. You know.
do you ever say something like they is,
They is.
we, we is, we ain't?
No, I don't do it. I do not do it because I understand that they is no. That's no, no.
There's no use of Ebonics or African American vernacular English.
I would prefer you to say Ebonics because whenever somebody say African American vernacular English, I feel that's a very racist term because it sounds like you're just telling me our English is broken down and stupid. But Ebonics, I don't. I've used certain Ebonics, but only the Ebonics that I use in real life. Like I don't say they be, we be. I don't speak like that. But the Ebonics that I do use in real life, I have text in those phrases.
Okay. So, can you give me an example?
Of the Ebonics that I use.
Yes.
Um, sure. Well, the Ebonics that I use is not like they be or like that type of stuff. It'll just be saying things like, "Oh, I'm chilling," or or a common phrase we use a lot. You'd be like, "You ain't about that life." It,
Which means what?
when somebody says you ain't about that life, it's basically them saying like, if you said, uh, "I'm going to lose 10 pounds," and I tell you you ain't about that life, it's just basically me telling you, no, you're not. You're not really going to do that. Like you'll make a statement like I'm going to do something, and me telling you ain't about that life is like me telling you you won't do it. Or if I say I am about that life, it's me saying I'm about whatever. Like um, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I'm about that life. It means yes, I'm going to do.
Could you write me an example of something that you would say in Ebonics through text,
Uh,
if possible?
Could I use the sentence that I just used? Like you ain't about that
Yes.
life. Matter of fact, here you go. I'm sorry. Just to make your day.
Okay.
Is that presentable? Um,
You ain't about that life.
right.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So basically, when you speak this way,
Mhm.
um, through text, people can understand you.
Oh, yeah.
Can everybody understand you?
I haven't ran across the person who couldn't.
Okay.
But then again, it also goes with who I'm texting. If I'm like, when I was in high school, we used to, like, some people email the same way they text. So when I was in high school, we used to email our teachers our projects. So I would never text one of my teachers in that language. I would text them proper punctuation, make sure I got my subject, verb, predicate, and all that stuff together like that. But if I'm texting just a regular person I grew up with, yeah, I text like that and they can understand me pretty well.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Not really.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Oh, it's a pleasure's all mine.
Taylor Ali Turpin. Great name.
Thank you.